Imagine a life where anger no longer controls you, where the sting of a careless word, the frustration of a plan gone wrong, or the weight of life's unfair moments slide off you like water off a leaf. Picture yourself standing tall, unshaken, your peace intact no matter what chaos swirls around you. This isn't a fantasy, it's the promise of Stoic wisdom, a philosophy that's been transforming lives for centuries, and it's the core of what we explore here on Wisdom Waves Aura. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, didn't just preach calm, they lived it, even in the face of betrayal, loss, and empire-shaking crises. Their secret: you always have the option to choose your response, to hold no opinion, to let go of what doesn't serve your inner strength. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the heart of what we're diving into today on Wisdom Waves Aura, 8 powerful Stoic principles to break free from the trap of anger and reclaim your peace. This isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending life doesn't hurt, it's about mastering your mind so that no insult, no setback, no frustration can steal your calm. Stay with me, because these steps build on each other, and by the end, you'll have a roadmap to a life where you're untouchable, rooted in reason, and free from the chains of reactive anger. If this resonates, drop this in the comments below. My peace is stronger than any anger. Let's get started. Anger is a fire. It burns you from the inside, clouds your clarity, and poisons your joy. It's not just about yelling or lashing out, it's the quiet resentment, the simmering frustration, the mental replay of that moment someone wronged you. The Stoics saw anger as a thief, one that steals your ability to think clearly, act wisely, and live fully. But here's the truth they leaned into: nothing, no person, no event, no circumstance, has the power to disturb you unless you give it that power. Epictetus put it bluntly, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we're all about turning ancient wisdom into practical tools, so let's break down how to use this insight to stop anger in its tracks. The first principle is about separating what happens from what you think it means. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about the last time you got angry. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, and instantly your mind spun a story: they disrespected me. They're reckless. People are so selfish. But what if they were rushing to a hospital? Or just didn't see you? The event itself, a car moving in front of you, is neutral. It's your judgment, the story you attach, that sparks the anger. This is where Stoicism shifts everything. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. That's the game changer we're exploring on Wisdom Waves Aura. You can choose to rewrite the story. Let's make this practical. The next time anger starts bubbling, whether it's a rude comment, a missed deadline, or a betrayal, pause. Take 3 slow breaths before you say or do anything. Those 3 seconds are your shield, giving you space to step back and ask, am I upset because of what happened, or because of the meaning I gave it? Try reframing the situation. Instead of thinking, this is unfair to me, ask, what if this isn't about me at all? Maybe the co-worker's sharp tone came from their own stress, not your actions. Maybe that delay is just life's chaos, not a personal attack. Remind yourself, the event is neutral, and judgment is optional. This practice isn't about ignoring reality, it's about seeing it clearly, without the distortion of anger. When you separate the event from your story, you stop being a puppet to external forces. You become the master of your inner world, a core principle we champion on Wisdom Waves Aura. Drop this affirmation in the comments: no one controls my peace but me. It's a reminder that your calm is yours to protect, no matter what. Now, let's move to the second principle: expect people to be people. Marcus Aurelius started his day with a reality check: the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they don't know good from evil. Why would an emperor, one of the most powerful men in history, begin his morning this way? Because he knew expecting perfection from others is a recipe for endless anger. People will lie, betray, cut you off, or speak carelessly, not because you deserve it, but because they're human. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we talk a lot about aligning with reality, and this is a big one. If you expect everyone to act with wisdom and kindness, every flaw will shock you. But if you accept human imperfection, you're no longer blindsided. A child spills juice, and you don't scream, you expect it and guide them. Adults aren't so different. They mess up, act selfishly, or lash out, not because they're evil, but because they're flawed, just like you and me. Seneca said, "How much better to heal than seek revenge from injury." Vengeance drags you into the same chaos as the person who wronged you. Instead, expect flaws, and their mistakes lose their power to shake you. Here's how to put this into action. Each morning, as you prepare for the day, tell yourself, "I'll meet people who are rude, selfish, or unfair today, but none of that can touch my peace." This mental prep, a staple of Stoic practice we love on Wisdom Waves Aura, sets you up to stay calm no matter what. When someone snaps at you, think, "They're acting out of ignorance, not wisdom, why should I be surprised?" Lower your expectations, not in a cynical way, but in a realistic one. People aren't perfect, and expecting them to be sets you up for frustration. Instead of taking their actions personally, see them as part of human nature. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. You can set boundaries, correct, or walk away, but you do it without rage. Imagine walking through a crowded market. People bump into you, cut in line, talk loudly. Do you rage at each one, or accept that's just how crowds are? Life's the same. Expect imperfection, and you'll respond with understanding instead of anger. Drop this in the comments, "I expect flaws, but I choose peace." It's a declaration of your strength, a theme we keep coming back to on Wisdom Waves Aura. The third principle is about mastering the voice in your head. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." Your inner dialogue, that constant chatter judging, interpreting, replaying, decides whether you burn with anger or rest in peace. A rude comment doesn't hurt you, it's the way you replay it, saying, "This isn't fair," or "Why do people treat me like this?" That fuels the fire. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we're big on taking control of that inner script. If a stranger insults you in a language you don't understand, do you get mad? No, because it doesn't enter your mind's narrative. But in your own language, your brain grabs it, repeats it, and stabs you with it. The Stoics teach us to catch that first thought before it spirals. When anger rises, notice the thought, "They disrespected me," and challenge it. "This is just my judgment, not the truth." Replace the angry script with a Stoic one, "They act according to their nature, not mine, or I control how I respond, and that's my power." Talk to yourself like a wise guide, not a harsh critic. Ask, "Will this anger help me, or is it better to let it go?" To train this, try a daily exercise we often suggest on Wisdom Waves Aura. Each evening, reflect, where did my inner voice betray me today? Did I add stories to what happened? Write it down, then reframe it with a calmer truth. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations for fame, he wrote to discipline his mind, to keep his inner voice grounded in reason. You can do the same. When anger lingers, journal the thought fueling it, then ask, "What judgment made this worse?" Replace it with something like, "Their actions don't define my peace." Your mind is a theater, and you're the director. Let angry scripts run, and they'll dominate. Rewrite them with calm, and anger has no stage. The next time you feel rage building, pause and ask, "What am I telling myself right now?" You'll see it's not the event, but your inner dialogue, stoking the flames. Take charge of that voice, and you take charge of your peace. Drop this affirmation, "My inner voice is my strength, not my enemy." Next up, the fourth principle, hit the pause button. Viktor Frankl, whose wisdom aligns with the Stoics, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Anger thrives on immediacy. You get insulted, you snap back, you're frustrated, you explode. But if you can create even a tiny gap between the trigger and your reaction, you break anger's grip. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That power lives in the pause." On Wisdom Waves Aura, we emphasize practical tools, so here's how to build that pause. Imagine someone insults you publicly. Your instinct is to defend or attack. Instead, take 3 slow breaths and tell yourself, "Their words can't harm me unless I let them." That pause lifts you above the chaos. Or picture being stuck in traffic, late for a meeting. Instead of honking or cursing, inhale deeply and say, "This is outside my control, but my peace isn't." That moment of delay is your mastery. Here's how to make it a habit. Train your breath. Whenever anger rises, take 3 slow breaths before acting. Use a mental cue, like "this is just noise," to anchor you. Delay responses to heated emails or confrontations. Give it an hour, or a day, and watch the urgency fade. Practice pausing in small moments, like when you spill coffee or someone interrupts you. These tiny pauses build strength for bigger storms. Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Why? Because anger is a fire that needs fuel. Act instantly, and it blazes. Pause, and it fizzles out. The world expects you to react, yell, slam doors, lash out. But when you respond with calm, you show true power. It's not weakness, it's dignity. Drop this in the comments: I pause, I choose, I stay free. It's a reminder we love on Wisdom Waves Aura that your freedom lies in that space between stimulus and response. The 5th principle is a game changer: don't take it personally. Epictetus taught, if someone speaks badly of you, remember that they do so because they think it right. It is not the words themselves that harm you, but your interpretation of them. Most anger comes from taking things personally. Insults feel like arrows piercing your chest. But here's the Stoic truth: insults are rarely about you. They're about the person throwing them. A bitter person spills bitterness, an insecure person projects insecurity. Their words are a mirror of their inner state, not your worth. Seneca wrote, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." When you replay an insult, you suffer twice, once when it's said, and again when you carry it. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we're about letting go of what doesn't serve you. Instead of thinking, "They hurt me," shift to, "They revealed themselves." Their words expose their flaws, not yours. Try this: redefine insults as their noise, not your truth. Practice indifference. Marcus Aurelius said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." Let insults pass like clouds. Detach your worth from others' opinions. If someone calls a diamond worthless, does it lose value? No. Your worth is the same. Respond with silence. It's not weakness, but strength. Silence shows you're above the storm. When someone mocks or criticizes you, their words say more about their character than yours. Imagine they hand you a burning coal. Grab it, and you're burned. Let it drop, and you're untouched. Marcus advised, when another blames you or hates you, go to their souls, see what sort of people they are. Their insult comes from their weakness, not yours. Next time words sting, stand tall and think, "This is not mine to carry." Drop this affirmation: "Their words can't touch my peace." It's a truth we hold dear on Wisdom Waves Aura. 6th, drop anger like it's hot. Seneca warned, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Most people don't just get angry, they hold on to it, replaying the moment, nursing the grudge. That's self-inflicted torture. The event happens once, but by clinging to it, you suffer 1,000 times. The Stoics saw this as a choice you can refuse. Anger is like carrying a burning coal. You think you're hurting the other person, but you're scorching yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Holding anger mirrors their chaos, letting go lifts you above it. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we're about reclaiming your peace fast. Name the anger, I'm carrying this weight. Admit it's not justice, it's pain. Refuse the second wound by asking, why should I keep suffering for something that's done? Shift to action, fix what you can, accept what you can't. Visualize letting go, picture the anger as a stone in your hand, then open your palm and let it fall. Imagine an argument where harsh words fly. That night, they sleep soundly, but you're awake, replaying it. Who's suffering? You are. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Say, it's over. I won't relive it. Feel the burden lift. Marcus wrote, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Would you spend your last day stewing in anger? No. Drop it, and live now. This practice, a favorite on Wisdom Waves Aura, frees you from being chained to others' actions. Next time anger rises, ask, do I hold this coal, or drop it now? The quicker you let go, the lighter you become. Drop this in the comments, I let go, and my soul is free. The seventh principle turns obstacles into opportunities. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Problems aren't attacks, they're teachers. Every insult, setback, or frustration is a chance to grow. Most of us see difficulties as personal slights. Someone disrespects us, and we feel wounded, plans fail, and we feel cheated. But the Stoics saw life's bumps as training. Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Without resistance, muscles don't grow. Without challenges, your character doesn't either. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we embrace this mindset. When anger rises, ask, what skill is life teaching me right now? Patience, resilience, acceptance. Reframe setbacks, this is my training, not my ruin. Honor the lesson, not the hurt. A betrayal stings, but it teaches trust. A delay frustrates, but it builds endurance. Picture losing a hard-earned opportunity. Instead of bitterness, say, this is training in acceptance. Marcus faced betrayal, war, and plague, yet wrote, the obstacle on the path becomes the path. He used hardships to strengthen his soul. When you see problems as teachers, you stop being surprised by them. Anger fades, replaced by readiness. Life will always bring obstacles, people will disappoint, plans will shift. You can't stop that, but you can meet it with curiosity. Next time anger brews, ask, what's the lesson here? Drop this affirmation, every obstacle is my teacher, not my enemy. It's a mindset shift we love on Wisdom Waves Aura that turns pain into power. Finally, the eighth principle, stay right here, right now. Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Anger thrives when you dwell on the past, replaying that insult, or worry about the future, fearing betrayal. But your power is in the present. Marcus wrote, confine yourself to the present. By focusing on now, you starve anger of fuel. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we practice anchoring in the moment. Notice when your mind wanders to past hurts or future fears. Catch it, I'm replaying yesterday. Bring your attention to now, feel your breath, your feet on the ground. The present is neutral, it doesn't insult or betray. Ask, what can I do right now to preserve my peace? Release expectations like they should have acted differently. Accept reality as it is. Practice daily presence. 5 minutes of mindful breathing trains your mind to stay here. When you live in the now, insults are just words, delays are just moments. Epictetus said, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well. Anger lives in what was or what might be, peace lives in what is. Next time you feel upset, ask, am I angry at reality, or at my imagination? Focus on now, and anger fades. Drop this affirmation, I live in the present, and peace is my anchor. It's the final piece of the puzzle we've built on Wisdom Waves Aura. These 8 principles, separating events from judgments, expecting human flaws, mastering your inner voice, pausing before reacting, not taking things personally, letting go quickly, turning problems into teachers, and staying present, are your Stoic toolkit. They're not just ideas, they're practices that, when applied, make you untouchable. The Stoics teach that the world can't harm you unless you let it. Every insult, every setback is neutral until your mind gives it meaning. By owning your perceptions, expectations, and responses, you step out of the storm and into calm. Anger steals clarity and joy, but these tools, shared on WisdomWavesAura, give it back. You respond with reason, see obstacles as growth, let go fast, and anchor in the now. Freedom isn't a life without challenges, it's a mind that no storm can break. Start small. Practice these in tiny moments, when someone cuts you off, when a plan shifts. Over time, your old reflexes of anger will fade. Your mind will sharpen, your soul will lighten, and your life will feel quieter. Drop this final affirmation: I am untouchable, calm, and at peace. If this journey spoke to you, like, comment, share, and subscribe to WisdomWavesAura. Apply these principles daily, and watch your world change, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Thank you for joining me on this path to Stoic wisdom. Let's keep growing together on WisdomWavesAura.